Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I say welcome to another edition of Track Sports Live. I'm Donte Payne. As you embark and ride us, we got exciting news coming out the playoffs. What a game the Knicks and Pacers that was. Teams have been eliminated on their way. Teams taking game one. We're down to the final four, guys, and so much talk about Caleb Williams in the NBA, in the NFL, about him not wanting to be a Bear. Well, he's a Bear, and he's doing his thing. He even broke some records. White Sox and Cubs kind of doing their thing, even though the struggle has been real for the White Sox, but the Cubs doing their thing. More. WNBA has kicked off and started. We are officially in week 2 of the WNBA. There are more. But those who are new to Drag Sports Live, it's not your typical podcast. It's your podcast of sports and music. And those who listen to me on Spotify, you're going to hear the straight talk of Drag Sports Live. So, let's get our show off right. Welcome back to Drag Sports Live. Now, those who are on my Facebook Live and YouTube, that song you heard was by Kai September. Proud of you. Those who are listening on Spotify won't hear music right now at the current moment, but music will be back. Just letting y'all know that. You can catch it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. This is Dragon Sports Live. You are rocking and tuning in with us as it's about to go down. Baseball right now. So we have some people who passed away that was legends. The hits leader, Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, and 8 others are off the MLB ban list. Now, basically, they become Hall of Fame eligible. So we'll see Pete Rose probably 2028, 2026, around that time. But they are now Hall of Fame eligible. Now, it took them to pass away for them to become eligible, because then once you're alive, being alive, that's like a lifetime sentence in prison. But once you die, that sentence is over with. At least how Rob Manfred put it as. But they are off the ban list, so we will potentially see Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson, elected in the MLB Hall of Fame, which is a big step. Like, you waived them, got them off there, took a long time. It took them for them to pass away. So it's kind of crazy there. But I'm glad they off that list, and I'm glad. So, definitely glad for that. Let's see what happens from that standpoint. Dodgers had put pitcher Roki Sasaki on IL with, he had a right shoulder injury, inflammation and stuff going on. His shoulder was kind of sore. Decided to put him on the IL. So, we'll see him in a couple days. Give him some days to rest. Cubs had put Ian Happ on the 10-day IL, but he called up, what was his, Belastos, but Ian Happ has been since then reactivated and sent Ballesteros to the minors. And the Cubs also been on a tear too. They are on a 2-game winning streak right now, and they're sitting at the top of the National League Central at 30-20. They starting to pull away and pull ahead, even though it's about 3 games, but they still starting to pull ahead in the NL Central. If you look at the other top teams in the NL Central, Philadelphia Phillies at 31-18, Mets is right there behind them. They are a game and a half back, and that's a close race right there in the NL East. Gotta check. Y'all gotta be on the lookout. Go to the NL West. Dodgers at 31-19 when the Giants are 2 games behind them and the Padres 2.5 games behind them. It's gonna go down come playoffs time. If playoffs will start right now. Oh man, it'll be crazy. But by division, it is crazy. Like I said, they going up there. American League, the Yankees sitting at 219, where the Toronto Blue Jays are 5 games behind them at 24-24, and the Boston Red Sox 25-26, 5.5 games. Them 2 teams that's chasing for that top spot. American League Central though, you got the Detroit Tigers in that leading that way with 33 wins, 17 losses. The Minnesota Twins and the Kansas City Royals are 5.5 games back, as well as the Cleveland Guardians. They're 5.5 games back. White Sox, they seem to struggle in that right now, 15-35, and can't catch a break. They lost their last game, even though they was up most of the game. They lost the last game, but couldn't catch a break. In the American League West, the Mariners sit 20-28 with the Houston Astros 3.5 games behind them, followed by the Texas Rangers are 4 games. Now, gotta watch out for the American League West because they all so close together. Never know, but right now the Angels are on a 6-game win streak right now. So let's see if they climb that totem pole. Like, let's see if they gonna climb. Ex-MLB All-Star Gene Segura, 2-time MLB All-Star, retires after 12 seasons. He's retiring 12 seasons with 6 teams. And he had made his post on social media on Wednesday by his agent, CAA Sports, and the Philadelphia Phillies, for whom he played for from 19 to 2022. So he's calling it quits. He's like, I'm done. Time season, but he played for the Angels, Brewers, Diamondbacks, Mariners, Phillies, and Marlins. And he was an All-Star in 2013 and 2018. So, because of that career, he finished up with 1,545 hits, 513 RBIs, 110 home runs, and 211 stolen bases in 1,413 games. So, he did great. But now it's time to hang it up. And, see what it is. San Francisco Giants plays right-hand pitcher Justin Verlander on the 15-day IL. He has a right pectoral injury. And that happened after Wednesday's loss, 8-4 loss to the Kansas City Royals. So, they're going to see what that goes. Hopefully it's not a pec tear and it's just something there. But Verlander is 0-3 with a 4.33 ERA in his first campaign with San Francisco. He has struck out 41 and walked 21 in 52 innings. So let's see how he does and what that. Mariners are getting boost in pitching rotation with the return of Kirby. George Kirby is expected to start and make his season debut Thursday night when the Mariners open a 4-game series in Houston. So, bring them back because, people are devastated by pitching this season. But Kirby went 14-11 with a 3.53 ERA, 179 strikeouts, and 23 walks in 191 innings. So let's see what the 33-year-old can do on his return, triumph to return back into the lineup. The Nationals put Dylan Cruz on the injury list with a bleak strain. He's their rookie slower. Put him on the 10-day IL. And they put him on there on Wednesday. So let's see how that goes for there. It is also his first major league injury list thing after he homered in consecutive games Sunday and Tuesday for the first time in his career. He's young. He'll heal fast. So enjoy those 15 days and do what you need to do to get better. Guardians place right-hand pitcher Ben Lively, strain flexor on 15-day IL as well. And the Yankees' third baseman Oswaldo Cabrera fractured his ankle so on Tuesday night, and he is also going to IL. So it's a lot of injuries, but how he fractured his ankle, it was a little bit group because his ankle went behind him on a slide to home plate. So I pray for his injury, but they didn't really say how long he's on it. But he did fracture his ankle, which can take up to, depending on how bad he fractured it, let's just say 3 to 6 months. Twins shortstop Carlos Carrera and center field Byron Buxton were placed in concussion protocol after colliding with each other on the ball. Like, he made the catch, but they did collide kind of hard, so they was placed in concussion protocol after that. Bruce Bochy passes Spark Anderson for 6 on the MLB win list. Congratulations on that achievement. And A.J. Smith Shore pitches Braves to a win. Spencer Strider is ready to come off NL. Second baseman outfielder Tony Kemp retires from the MLB after 9 seasons. Played with the Astros from 2016 to 2019. The Cubs in 2019. Athletics from 2020 to 2023. And the Orioles in 2024. You know, it's just like I feel like it's time to quit. I call it quit. And they gone. But that's what's going on today. We do got some exciting games going on today. We got the Texans taking on the New York Yankees. San Diego taking on Toronto. And Philly taking on Colorado. Now, I don't know if that game's going to be good because Colorado is 8-41, which they let go their manager as well. So they're in need of a new manager, but they did let go their manager after the horrible start that they got. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, they let go their manager too, but Orioles also fired their manager Brandon Hyde after the slow start. He was 15-29 after last Saturday's loss to the Washington Nationals, and they're 10.5 games behind the first place New York Yankees. So they call it quits on that. Decided to let him go. Hey, Orioles is one of those teams. It's Orioles, Rockies, and right now the White Sox in recent years been those teams that's running through managers like left and right. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully the Sox can turn around, but I think the Sox just need to overhaul their team and go from there, to be honest. But it's not my opinion to make that choice. I'm just agreeing with the fans. It's time to overhaul the team, start fresh, get help. Like, they still even talked about trading Lewis Roberts, but we'll see how that goes. And I'll let y'all know when close to the trade deadline happens too. So we gonna keep it moving, keep it posted on that. And we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Dragon Sports Live after the music. We got a lot of exciting things happening in football. One, this story keeps circulating that Caleb Williams didn't want to be a Bear. If he didn't want to be a Bear, he tried to, do everything he can, but the Bears still draft him because they see what he's worth. But he became a Bear. Oh, he was doing what he can to help the team win. So that's kind of crazy in that regard because he was doing everything he can to help the team win. He even shattered records. So that thing, but with that, Ben Johnson has decided to change a QB narrative with Bears. They new head coach Ben Johnson said he looks at the franchise troubling track record of developing quarterbacks as an opportunity. So let's see. Like American Kings, a biography of the quarterback highlight the struggles Caleb Williams experienced throughout his rookie season with the Bears and the trepidation that both the number one pick and his father Carl share about the organization. So let's see if they can change that narrative. And you got an offensive-minded head coach coming into there too. So let's see. But in other Bears news, though, Bears did give Joe Thuney a 2-year contract extension. So he agreed to a 2-year contract extension that is $17.5 million per season. His new 3-year contract worth $51 million and $33.5 million fully guaranteed at signing. He was added to the Bears by the Kansas City Chiefs in March in exchange for their 2026 4th-round pick. He was entering his final season of the 5-year, $80 million contract he signed with the Chiefs as a free agent in 2021. They were saying that extension for Thuney was in priority. Ryan Poles made a priority to extend him. But that deal also provides continuity along the team's interior line with center Drew Dalman, guard Jonah Jackson, all under contract through 2027. So it allows y'all to keep that offensive line that y'all built this summer, this spring, this offseason, whatever season it is. Because some of you is summer, some of us is winter, some of us it's spring. So whatever season you in, it allowed the Bears to keep that same line up together. So let's see how it goes. And over 9 NFL seasons with the New England Patriots and Chiefs, Thuney has missed just 2 games, starting 146 of them. He played 895 snaps at left guard in 2024 before moving to right tackle. 217 snaps, where he replaced Wanda Morris beginning of week 15 to protect Patrick Mahomes' blindside throughout Kansas City run to the Super Bowl. So we gonna see what's going on there. The Saints, since retirement of Derek Carr, have added another quarterback to the room. They added QB Hunter Deckers after tryouts that they held. So let's see how that QB room looks and how it goes for the Saints, who currently has Spencer Rattler, Tyler Show, I believe. Yeah, Tyler Show, Spencer Rattler, Jake Herner, and now Hunter Deckers. Saints drafted Tyler Show in the second round and has expected to be a key player. Spencer Rattler started 6 games as a rookie last season, giving him the most experience among the current Saints quarterbacks. And Jake Herner was drafted in 2023 and slated 1 game last season. With our new head coach Kellen Moore, defensive coordinator Doug Nosmere, and quarterbacks coach Scott Tolzien, who I think, used to be a quarterback, all have extensive experience as NFL quarterbacks. Actually, all of your coaching staff right now are all quarterbacks. So that could benefit a young Saints QB class, quarterback room. Because your head coach was a quarterback, your offensive coordinator was a quarterback, your quarterback's coach was a quarterback. So it's going to be a committee by party there. We going to check that out, see how that go, but committee by party there. The tush push ban again fails. It lives. A few of the owners was trying to get the tush push play banned, but no, it still lives. It takes 24 votes to get that out of 32 teams. And those votes were not there. So it stays as it is. The tush push lives. But here's my thing. It was 10 teams to vote against the proposal. The Eagles, the Ravens, the Browns, the Lions, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Miami Dolphins, Patriots, and Saints, New York Jets, and Tennessee Titans. They was a vote against, but here's my thing about it. That means you guys can't stop it, because all it really is a quarterback sneak in there. Everybody's behind, pushing the quarterback in. You got the running back pushing the quarterback and the lineman pushing the line. So, push on. If you can't stop that and you ain't got enough big bodies to stop that, then you got to figure out your line. It can be stopped, and I've seen it get stopped before. So, you got to get out of their line. Because Kelsey, Jason and Travis Kelsey on their podcast, New Heights, they stated it wasn't a concern about a ban of the tush push, as he was clearing up a misconception and posed an injury risk and was partially responsible for the decision to end his career. No. They'll gladly do that. Like I said, the tush push helps you get in. You pushing behind them, it helps you get in. But it can be stopped. So, that's why tempers flare as Eagles defend tush push in heated debate. They call it a tush push because it works so well. If it works so well and y'all ain't figure out a way to stop it, that's on y'all. That's definitely on you guys. But it lives. Tush push lives. So, it definitely lives. We did have some injuries happening while conditioning. Ravens safety Darius Washington suffered a torn Achilles while conditioning So his season is done. And the Vikings will play two, not one, two international games back to back. Hey, back to back. They gonna go. I think they're going from London to Germany. Bengals are having contract bouts with Trey Henderson right now. He said he will not play without a new deal. So be on the lookout for that. He might be sitting out. He might be getting fined. But he will not play until he get a new deal. So that's something like, if y'all value that player, y'all need to rectify that and get that proposed on there. Like, y'all need to take care of that. Because if he's not going to play until he get a new deal, then y'all got a problem on y'all hands that y'all need to rectify. Y'all need to take care of. Because if he one of y'all great players, hey, it is what it is. Titans rookie Cam Ward to a 4-year rookie deal. His rookie deal is worth $48.7 million over 4 years, fully guaranteed. Like all first round picks, his contract also includes a 5th-year option as well. So he signs that contract. Boom. He's ready. The NFL will be introducing a new award for offensive linemen. It's going to be the Protector of the Year award. This award will be given to the league's best offensive lineman. And it is now at this year's spring meeting on Wednesday. The winner will be decided by a panel that includes a number of former offensive greats. And they gave credit to Buffalo Bills left tackle Deion Dawkins and retired offensive tackle Andrew Wentworth for pushing for the creation of this award. So I think that's good to add a new award to the repertoire, because like the offensive linemen do be putting in that work to protect those quarterbacks. So if you looking at that like, yeah, oh, this quarterback ain't never been sacked on this side where this person is at. They make it a habit, because you got to watch some of them linemen bowling people over, blocking another person, knocking that person down, going to the next person, all in the same play. So let's be wary of that, and let's commend that. Let's improve on that. Because I know I would. Let's prove on that. Another contract struggle that's happening right now is with the Rams. Their contract with running back Jaquez Hunter. So they traded up to draft Auburn running back Jaquez Hunter. Now the group includes Kareem Williams, a 5th-round pick in 2022, who has become the Rams' clear starter, but entering the final season of his rookie deal. And they want to keep him around. They know what's important, but like I said, he's a clear starter. But they trying to keep him around. They trying to keep him close. So let's see how that goes and how that plays out. But I think Williams is gonna get an extension, and I think it's gonna be worth it. You know, like, yeah, it don't matter in the NFL, and I'm noticing, doesn't matter where you got drafted. It's about the work that you put in the game. And that's definitely to say far as Brock Purdy's new deal, 5-year deal with the 49ers. He, you know, he was there, but Brock Purdy reached the artificial deadline, but came close as Purdy signed a 5-year, $265 million contract. Just 28 days after the offseason program began, before on-field organized activities, which set to begin next Tuesday, Purdy had patience and was rewarded with no small part because he and Kyle Agent set the course for his negotiations near the end of the last season. Purdy's extension includes $81 million in guarantees, including those for injury, and a full no trade clause. That's the first in franchise history that. So that's the first no trade clause on their quarterback. $53 million annual average tied to Purdy with Detroit's golf for the 7th highest in the league throughout the extension. Won't fully kick in until 2026 and takes him through the 2020-30 season. But those like the stat line, that those numbers places Purdy around among the highest 10 highest paid quarterbacks in the league, but still falls short of other deals negotiated in the past 5 years, especially when it comes to a percentage of salary cap. It relates to an average value. Purdy's new deal comes just under 19% in that regard. And he didn't want the reason he did that, he didn't want to limit the Niners. They also got at George Kittle done. They just got Fred Warner's deal done. So I get that. You don't want to limit the 49ers because that allow you to extend and pay, because they just gave Fred Warner a 3-year deal. So he didn't want to limit the team. Like, I'm going to take the 5-year deal, but it's not going to hit y'all salary cap. It's going to put y'all under 19%, which is a good move. Good move for the quarterback. So it's there. Now, the random question that I've been getting: who is the Patriots' third string rookie quarterback? Ben Woodridge. Well, for those who don't know, undrafted rookie Ben Woodridge out of the University of Louisiana stepped into the developmental number 3 role and was flown under the radar. Drake Major is entrenched as starter and primed to have the C on his jersey as the first-time Patriots captain in his second season. Then you got Josh Dobbs, who signed a 2-year, $8 million deal as a free agent to serve as veteran mentor support system. And after the Patriots passed on selecting a quarterback with each of their 11 draft picks, Woodridge resigned to replace Joe Milton III, who was traded along with a 7th-round pick to the Cowboys for a 5th-round pick in early April. So that's that. Woodridge is assessed with being a great player. He's never been around someone like, you never been around somebody who's obsessed with being a great player, who's constantly want to put in that work. You never know. He might be one of the greatest to do it. He did. Now, Woodridge did suffer a share of injuries. He suffered an ACL tear in practice as a sophomore, a serious foot injury, loose frank injury in his junior year, sprained AC joint in his throwing shoulder last season, and later sustained a collarbone injury. But that toughness and determination, we'll see. You gotta be able to see. Come back from that. So let's see. Let's check that out. Let's go. Let's go Patriots. Let's go Bears. Let's check it out. Now, I do like to inform you that we did lose a great, long time Colts owner and CEO Jim Irsay passed away. He led the team since 1997 and presided over the story franchise greatest eras. Died Wednesday. He was only 65. Um, he passed away peacefully in his sleep, according to Coach Chief Operating Officer Pete Ward, and said in a statement released by the team. He was the one who drafted Manny and Pat McAfee. So we lost him. Condolences go out to the family, but it's crazy. Very passionate owner as well, so never know. But you got to live life to the fullest. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break and give y'all some more music here on Drag Sports Live. This is Nate Vickens, Can't Sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Drag Sports Live. If you just tuning in, then you missed some great music. And if you missed that great music, you can catch it on YouTube and Facebook. Dragon Jump Productions. You can also catch it on YouTube. If you Google Dragon Jump Productions, it should pop right up. You'll see Dragon Sports Live there. And if you're on Spotify, you're going to get the new vocal version of this on Dragon Sports Live. But anyways, welcome back. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the WNBA is back, ladies and gentlemen. WNBA started on the 16th, and it is back. Must say that again. The Fever Sky game had got the most viewers since 2000 on there. And the attendance of that game was just roughly under 3.4 million, which the All-Star game had the bulk of that. But that game is, WNBA is definitely back. We didn't had a couple in WNBA games happen thus far. So we gonna let y'all know what the standings is, where they stand. Right now, the Minnesota Lynx have not lost a game. They're sitting at 3-0. The Phoenix Mercury on their second game are 2-0, and this is without Brittany Griner, by the way. New York Liberty only played one game thus far. They're 1-0. Washington Mystics have played 3 games. They're 2-1. Atlanta Dream is 1-1, and Golden State Valkyries is 1-1. They had got their first dub the other day. So that was their first win as a franchise. You know, this is a brand new franchise. This is their first time playing this season. But yeah, they had got the win over the Washington Mystics, 76-74, with Veronica Burton scoring 22 points and Kayla Thornton scoring 18. Carla Light with 10 off the bench and Janelle Saloon with 10. But defense flared that game. And that's what took over in that game. Now, Brittany Sykes for the Washington Mystics scored 30 points. Wasn't enough. Sonia Cintron scored 10, and Kiki Ifrit scored 10. But they didn't really get no bench production. You got bench production, but it wasn't enough to overcome the shortcomings of the Golden State Valkyries, who are now 1-1. So that was that. The Phoenix Mercury LA Sparks was also a good game. that came down, like both of these games came down to the wire of who gonna win. But in the end, Mercury pulled off on that. Like I said, without Brittany Griner in the mix, you got Alyssa Thomas, was traded, 19 points. Boom. Sato Sabali, 25 points. Monique Akul Manaki, 11 points. Go on the Spark side. You got Kelsey Palm with 25 points. Now she scored 37 in the opener. Ashra Stevens, 23. Darnisha Hamby, 15. Veterans taking over. You don't really need bench help from that. But Cameron Brink didn't even play because she's still recovering from a knee injury. Rakia Jackson's in concussion protocol, and Ray Brunel is out with a knee injury as well. So, didn't have all your key players, but you got the most. You got the most that you can possibly do. So, that's that. It is some good games that's happening later on today, as the Chicago Sky will take on the New York Liberty today. That's at 7 p.m. And that game will probably be on Ion or Chicago Sports Network. Indiana taking on Atlanta Dream today. So you got those two games happening today. This is going to be Atlanta and Indiana's third game, Chicago and New York's second game. No Khalil Kappa for the Mercury. No Natasha Mack. It's going to be a lot of exciting games for you guys. So be sure to check that out. There's also a very exciting games in the playoffs right now as far as the NBA. If y'all notice, then you notice that these games been crazy. Halliburton's wild shot Keys players game win stunner. The Knicks kind of let off the gas in once overtime. Well, I'm gonna say they kind of let off the gas because they was up. Halliburton sent it to overtime. It would have been a game-winning three had he not had a Kevin Durant moment where his foot was on the line. If he didn't have that moment, they would have won that game off a game-winning three. Another game-winning three that, of course, Tyler Halliburton would have been rewarded with. Wolves, Anthony Edwards is fined for his post-game profanity. He's been fined. He's been warned. They're going to fine him. But the Wolves had 19 turnovers as OKC takes that game one in that. And it's going to be a pretty interesting series. Game 2 for OKC Minnesota comes on tonight at 7:30 Central on ESPN. So we will see what's happening there. SGA beats out Joker again to win his first MVP. He deserved it. He been balling out this well. He won his first scoring title and the leading Oklahoma City Thunder to a league high 68 wins. Like I said, it was announced on Wednesday. He finally gets it. He was runner up last year, but this year, not this year. Since you defeated Jokic. He finished over last season running up when Jokic won his third MVP in 4 seasons. And the best way to do is do a news conference. So, yeah, it was Shy with 913 votes, followed by Jokic and then Giannis. Tatum was in the mix but only had 31. Mitchell only had 74. LeBron James 16. Cade Cunningham 12. And Anthony Edwards 12. So big ups to him on that. It is the 20th time that LeBron James got some MVP votes though too in his 22 career. So that's crazy, but y'all gotta check these games out though. Be sure to check these games out on the go. Celtics forward, since he had torn his Achilles, has then had surgery right before Celtics got bounced. The Trailblazers are officially for sale. So who wants to buy the Portland Trailblazers? They are officially for sale. Nuggets forced Game 7 despite ills of Jamal Murray, but they got bounced at the end of the day. Warriors forward center Draymond Green has been fined $50,000 for inappropriate comments about the ref. They always find it in the refs, but hey, it is what it is. And more WNBA news. The Kinetic Sun have waived Diamond DeShields last Thursday, and the Sun is also exploring new investment, possibly a sale of the team. Liberty's Benaya Laney Hamilton will miss the season due to a knee injury that she suffered while playing. Was it on Rival or overseas? Either way, she suffered an injury, so she will not be playing against the Sky tonight. In that news, but let's go out and enjoy the day and have some fun. And I'll see you back here on another edition of Dragon Sports Live. Peace.